I had went on to a cruise and I had bought some jewelry while I was on that cruise. And then coming, coming back from the cruise, um, I was in the process of moving and and moving to a new home. And within moving, I was packing stuff up in a trailer and getting everything together because I had a big trailer that I could pack most of my stuff up. And so we were moving into a hotel for like a week in between the process of moving homes. And during that time, I had my jewelry and everything in there, which I had got insurance through USAA immediately once I came back from the cruise, because I had paid quite a bit of money for it. So I wanted it to be insured if anything was ever happen. And while at the hotel, all my home goods, everything, trailer was stolen from the hotel parking lot. And so I called, got a police report, done everything, called USAA, informed them of what had happened. And, they start out doing their process. And during their process in the beginning, first day it happened, they were all, about, trying to help, doing whatever they needed to do to make it right. Get down closer to the end of the process, and it seems like they were ready, to pay out. The police reports, everything was there. And they sent it to special investigations to another department. So when the lady from special investigations called, she was rude from day one. Um, she asked me some questions. I answered her questions. She asked me, well, how do we know that you even had this jewelry? I was like, you insured it. I mean, I told you I had it. I asked you if you need the receipts when I got the policy. I asked you if you needed pictures, anything of the jewelry. Do I need to go get it appraised? Anything. What do you need? Oh, we don't need it. Nothing. You're covered. And so I just kind of took their word for it that I was going to be covered. And then once it was stolen, now they wanted receipts, and now they wanted pictures. Now they wanted all these different things and custom reports from me buying it on a cruise. So me in the process of moving, and the receipts and everything were in the trailer. So the jewelry was in the trailer, receipts in the trailer. I have no receipts. And then they wanted to, I tried to explain to them in detail where I bought it from, what I could remember. Because when I went on the cruise, I knew that I wanted to buy jewelry there because it was tax free. It's a little cheaper, you could save money. So I went there knowing that this is what I wanted to do. And they did not, I guess, believe that. And so she made a comment to me. And is it okay to say her name? Or her name was Christian
Yeah.
Andrews with USAA. And she made a comment to me, well, we don't know if you can even afford something of that value, but I insured it at that value. So I tried to send her pictures and details of, what I had, because it was fairly new. I went on the cruise in October. The incident happened in January. So I tried to send her what I did have. I don't take a lot of selfies or anything like that, or pictures and different things. So I sent her what I had. And then I didn't hear from them for like 4 months. So the phone calls, I tried to reach out. It went silent for 4 months. So then I started calling, sending emails, and never received anything after that. So once I started getting more, frustrated, I started calling more, trying to get help from other places, and finally got a response from her 6 months later. And there was just a letter saying they denied my claim because they said that I did not help them get information on the property. When I'm reaching out to them, they're not reaching out to me. So they made it look like it was my fault. So I went to their, what they call advocate team, where the CEO of USA has a special team that helps you with this. Went through them twice to get the same outcome. And then they said, oh, Christian Andrews doesn't work here anymore. So they sent me to somebody else, and everybody else is coming up with the same thing. And they're asking me questions that they know I don't have. Well, if you don't have the receipts, there's nothing we can do. Well, they were stolen. So how can I produce receipts to stolen jewelry? And it was on a cruise overseas. I can't just go on a cruise and try to find this jewelry store again to do all this. And if they would have asked when I first initially got it, when I had everything, this would have never been an issue, but they said it wasn't necessary. And so All the advocate teams, they act like they're really there to support, really there to help, and nothing was taken care of. And Kristen Andrews really made a lot of nasty comments to me um, during this process. She flat out told me, I'm not approving this claim. I'm not giving you this amount of money. So you can forget about it, but you can send whatever you need to send. And so when I went to USA, I told her, like, hey, this, she said this to me, and go back into your recorded messages and you can hear it for yourself. No one will ever bring it up. No one will, tell me that they heard it or listened to it. And some of the things she requested, she wanted years worth of my bank statements from all accounts. I mean, I was like, what does that have to do? If I can show you in one account that I can afford what I bought, that should be enough. I don't have to show you all my accounts. Why do you want to see all my records and show you everything over a policy that I paid you for? Um, she just kept getting more and more frustrated. And then, like I said, once she sent the letter, then the thing of it is, I believe they understand and they know to get an attorney and to get lawyers that it's going to cost me the amount of the jury, and they don't pay for your attorney fees when they lose. So I don't think they have a problem paying the money. They just don't want to pay it to you. So they'll rather to pay the attorney. So, either way it go, I lose. And it's just sad that USAA does things like that. And then they go to try to use the fine print when it's not in their favor. So I just been kind of going back and forth with them. And I'm to the point now where I'd rather just get a lawyer, sue them. They have to pay it. And then I can expose them that I got a lawyer, and the lawyer can take all the money. But USAA lost. And it just proves that they're just not a good insurance company. That's not someone that, if you're going to dedicate your whole business to veterans, and this is how you treat them. And I have been a member over 20 some years, over 20 years as a member, and never had any issues, never had any problems. And so, the first time something like that comes up, now they want to, act like I couldn't afford it or I didn't do it. And she wants, W-2s and all kinds of stuff. So it's just kind of ridiculous that, you be with a company for that amount of time, and they're supposed to serve veterans, and then they treat them like that in a time of loss. I mean, I lost all my home goods because they didn't pay out of my car insurance policy. They didn't pay out anything. So everything that was in the trailer that was attached to my truck, they did not pay out. So I lost everything and had to start over. I would like them to make it right, because I paid for a service with them. Um, there's no denying the theft. The police actually caught the people. They were arrested. So you have all the reports that this happened. So it's not something I'm making up. It's not anything. I just like for them to make it right. Give me what I paid you for, and that trust that I put into you, make that right. I put in trust in you that, hey, my stuff was insured and taken care of. Make it right. It was a time of a loss, and I believed in this company that they would take care of their people when things were going wrong. So I would just like for them to make it right, because I do not want to see anyone else go through what I went through. I mean, it's been a horrible time. And if somebody didn't have the means that I have, it could have probably changed their whole life. The whole course of their life could have sent them into a financial spiral.